Comrades, it's getting late. We're going to move right ahead. I want you to help me to welcome to the microphone our final speaker for tonight, our leader, your leader, the Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas, the Prime Minister of the Federation of Kitts-Nevis.
17 years of excellent leadership. The Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas.
I see people dressed in costume, food and drink being consumed, young people walking up, old people jumping up, woman with child in hand, chipping behind a costume van. I see big truck keep coming down, kicking off heavy sound, soca is all I hear, right from the start of day, all color, creed and class, moving together, making mass. Oi, 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 something's happening.
Something happening here.
And it's so exciting. People just having fun. One big celebration must be a really grand occasion. Oi, 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 something's happening that you shouldn't be missing.
Something is happening here tonight. Labour is here in Cayon tonight. And they can't stop us. They can't stop us. How the hell they going to stop us? We are Labour. We are the unstoppable force in this country. Comrades, I want to thank and greet all of the comrades and the good people of Cayon. Let us give Cayon tremendous round of applause. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Cayon has been good to Labour. Cayon, on 5 different occasions in recent times, voted very strongly for Labour in the person of Cedric Liburd. I want to thank God firstly for the guidance and blessings He has provided us. I want to thank the people, secondly, for the support that they have given to the Labour Party over the years. And I want to thank Cedric Liburd, the Labour candidate and Minister of Labour government of the past, for the service that Cedric has provided to the people of constituency number 8. Let us give Cedric tremendous round of applause. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Cedric has served us well. He came in 1993 and he was very close to being victorious. He came back in 1995 and he delivered for Cayon and the rest of constituency number 8 a government that served the interests of the people of Cayon like they serve the interests of the people of the rest of this country. And this was repeated in 2000 and again in 2004. And again in 2010, we thought he had done it. But alas, at the end of the count on that night, on the 25th day of January 2010, we realized that Cedric had gone in. Cedric had not delivered as we expected. But I want to say something to you tonight, which contributed to Cedric's defeat. And that was the Honorable Timothy Harris, who voted and worked hard against Cedric here in constituency number 8. When we planned the campaign, we paired up. We said, Conda, you will work with Marcella, and also you will work with Asim. We said he will also help Ghost, that is Conda. Not one campaign did he conduct in number 4. I was supposed to help in 4 and 5 and 6 as well. I worked my butt off. That is why Ghost today is a minister of government, the minister of youth empowerment, sports, information technology, and post. And Timothy Harris was told by our campaign management team that you should help Cedric because we always knew constituency number 8 was a difficult constituency. Did he do anything? When he and Cedric are supposed to have meetings in the afternoon before the major meeting at night, he will talk for 1.5 hours and give Cedric 15 minutes in his own constituency. He worked with Hamilton against Cedric Roy Liburd. And if you all think I'm making any joke, I can tell you that we have now been told that almost 2 years before the election in 2010, Hamilton and Pam were working closely with Timothy Harris. Every single week, he would carry information to the Democrats, and they printed all kind of nonsense against the government in which he was a part. And that is the man talking about he want to lead people today. That is the man who talk about he want to lead people today. We, after all, if you can't have integrity and trust in your own party, how the hell are those going to trouble you? How the hell are those going to follow you? Tell me how. Comrades, I say to you tonight that in the few days after the elections in January 2010, tell Timothy Harris, I say, he had a meeting with Kennedy Simmons. He had a meeting with Kansi. He had a meeting with others who I will not name. He sent them to talk to Sam, wanting them to join with the PAM and CCM to form a government against his own Labour colleagues. Tell him me say so. Tell him me say so. Douglas said it in Cayon on the 28th day of June 2013. This unity thing, you think it just started? Timothy, long time, wanted to make sure that since I would not hand over the government to him without going to the people first, he want to form his own government with PAM and CCM. That's why Cedric is not with us today in Parliament. Worked against Cedric, having planned with Hamilton, Simmons, and Kansi to bring the Labour government down on the morning after the elections in 2010 in January.
You sat at my table and eat just like you were my brother. I could never, ever believe you were just a backstabber.
Telling you, the man was working against us from inside. Backstabber, as you just heard the tuner play, I say. Backstabber, crooked. Not one bone in the history yet. Two-way, flip-flop.
Hypocrites and parasites.
And that is why, comrades, that is why God ain't like ugly. God not like ugly. After all, God believes in fairness and justice. That is why, even though Eugene Hamilton is the representative in Cayon and constituency number 8, what you hear the people them say today? Boy, Gene, you can't do a damn thing. Not a thing! He do for the people of this constituency. You ask him, well, how come you ain't helping us with that? How come you ain't helping us with this? Well, you see, me ain't in government. How come Cedric couldn't do it? Well, he was in government, so why you vote for him for? Well, you all vote for him for? He's been paid. He's getting a constituency allowance. You see any secretary in the office? All they do is playing domino in the office. Hamilton has been a waste of a time as the representative of the people of constituency number 8. The man is a lame duck representative. That is why the people must say, if you ask them, you say, they tell you, what Hamilton do? Yes, they say, nothing. Nothing. Nada. Nada. Nada, nada, nada. Nothing. And as a result of that, you know what the people must say? You know what they say from Atlas to Cayon to Keys all the way to St. Peter's? You know what I say? Hamilton can't perform. And the woman must say to you know, Hamilton can't perform. Hamilton can't perform. Hamilton can't perform. You know your wife, eh? Edna May. Edna May, my cousin, you know, from St. Paul's. And she too say, Hamilton can't perform. Can't perform. People of Cayon and number 8, tell Hamilton Douglas say he can't perform. Oh, me hear them say, me say too, he can't perform. But ask Timothy Harris if he could perform. Comrades, why are we where we are today? Is a fundamental question. We are where we are today because we are labor. We are of the party that started in 1932 when out of abject poverty and social deprivation, where the people had no education, no proper shelter, no proper medical care and health care. Those were the conditions that created the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party in 1932. When people lived in trash houses, when diseases stormed this land, when people could only lie down on grass and on ground, when the planters of the day were treating their horses better than how they treated their workers. That is what created the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party in 1932. It is the spirit of our forefathers, the resilience of our people throughout the ages of history, where we were able to throw off the yoke of slavery, and we have risen in this country as a free and independent country and people, true to the aspirations of labor from 1932 until today. That is why tonight I can say, I am proud to be the leader of this great party, the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party, the only party of the people in this country.
I would like to let some people know, stronger than ever.
And we are here in this continuous fight and struggle for our people who are in the majority, because my colleagues and I in cabinet refuse to be bullied by a power-crazy and power-seeking, ravenous and raving person called Timothy Harris. We refused to hand over the leadership of our party and government to him unless he goes to the people at our party conference and he goes to the people as the leader of our party and thus become prime minister. Forward and out of place to sit in my office on the 11th day of December 2012 and telling me, look at what is happening in the country today. PM, you must resign and hand over the government to me. That is why we are here today. All the confusion that he has caused because one man believed that he should become the prime minister without going through the processes and procedures in our party. When a man can ask you, how much longer you expect me to wait before I become prime minister? Something got to be wrong with the man's head. Something has to be wrong with his head. The man is believing that he was born to become prime minister. And that is why I say that the people of this country will always, never compensate and reward hypocrisy, ungratefulness, treachery. They will never, ever reward that kind of behavior in this country. We believe that Timothy will not have the last say on what we have achieved for the people of this country. He was there for 18 years, as Marcella told you. Everything was fine and dandy. Everything was nice and dandy. Marcella read from his own words when he was the finance minister delivering the budget in 2009. All kinds of statements lauding the government for its achievement. But today, because he has been rejected by my cabinet colleagues to become the leader of our party, nothing has gone right for the last 18 years. The man is a madman. My dear colleagues and friends and comrades, what it is that we have achieved. Look at how we have turned around the economy of this country. We entered into a global recession in 2009. All over the world, people losing jobs, losing their houses. All over the world, people no longer can send monies home to their relatives here in St. Kitts-Nevis. St. Kitts had a high debt. It worsened because the government had to continue to spend to make sure that the public services that we give to our people continued. And look at where we are today. In every country in the Caribbean, compared to St. Kitts and Nevis, whenever I go to regional meetings, my own colleagues are asking me, well, PM, how you doing it in St. Kitts and Nevis? How you doing it? 3 5-star hotels being opened in the last 6 months during a global recession. How do you do it, they ask. Moving the national debt from 160% of GDP. Bring it down to 135%. And it continues to move downward rapidly until it will be under 100% by the end of next month. How you do it, Douglas, they ask me. Because this is the Labour Party of St. Kitts and Nevis, an experienced party with men and women who are dedicated to service in the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
We know how we doing. Can't stop it. We know how we doing.
We have moved our economy from one that has been dependent on sugar agriculture. We've diversified the sugar sector. And look at it now today. As a young man said, it was a cancer. We tried to revive it for 10 years. Most of the time, Timothy Harris was the Minister of Agriculture. Millions upon millions of dollars we spent to revive it. But all of a sudden, it's Douglas' fault. It's Douglas' fault. Comrades, look at what we've done with the economy. Diversified agriculture. The SIDF pumping millions of dollars to ensure that our small farmers can be amply supported financially to start up commercial agriculture here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We continue to insist that when our tourists come to our land, they must have our own locally produced fresh fruits and vegetables and staples. They must have our local meat, our local fish, our local poultry. And Timothy Harris has been charged with the responsibility to ensure that the new agricultural sector emerge in this economy. When in 2010, January, after the elections, I told him, I want you to become the Minister of Agriculture. He stoops his teeth. He cussed. He fumed. He said, there is nothing in agriculture in this country. The same Timothy Harris who now telling you what he did and all that he did and all that Cedric did not do. He refused it at first in 2010, January, when I was creating the last cabinet. Went to his people and told his people the Sunday after the elections that he has been diminished. Imagine I give him agriculture and took away finance and foreign affairs from him. The man want everything. Want everything. I had to create a ministry that has the longest name in the history of St. Kitts and Nevis government, just to give him belly full with names. Comrades, we are on our way to ensure that the services economy replaces the old economy that was based on sugar. A cancer it was. Today, look at what we are doing in tourism. Ricky told you, I don't have to go into any details. Cruise tourism, stayover tourism, almost 1 million visitors last season alone. 1 million almost. 650,000 cruise visitors and nearly 300 stayover visitors. That's what we are doing in 1 year. Look at the hotels that have been spurned. Look at them. Because of our foreign direct investment and local direct investment policies. And so there's nonsense when they're telling you that we're only looking after the interests of foreign investors. Nonsense! Absolute nonsense! We are providing our local investors with incentives to ensure that they can continue to root our economy into one that is sustainable for the development of our people now and in the future. That is why we say it is not only hospitality and tourism. What about ICT? That's why every child is being given his own personal laptop computer. He must go home, lie in his bed, and he can develop apps which he can sell around the world and get money while he is still in school. I said to you, our policy is to ensure that we don't prepare our students only for today. We prepare them for a brighter future where they can, no matter where they are, in every continent of this world, beat their chest and say, I man come from St. Kitts-Nevis.
This government good. Wait, this government nice. Good government.
Comrades, I believe I have another 10 minutes. And I have to therefore say a few things. We not only looking at the services sector, the manufacturing sector. Not everybody can provide certain services. Our young ladies, what about they on the industrial estates? They have to continue to earn. That's why Ricky told you a brand new factory will be open here on Monday. Where else in the Caribbean you see factories opening here in this country, except in this country? And you know what they're going to be manufacturing? Solar panels. Because as a visionary government, we recognize that every householder, in order to bring down the high rates of electricity, he will go into solar energy. We'll have solar panels installed on his rooftop to ensure that he burns less current from the electricity department, and he will generate his own electricity from his own home. Comrades, look at what we've done with regard to the partial scope agreement. Brazil is now opening up to our products. Brazil is the largest economy in this part of the world. The fourth, I think, or fifth in the entire world. Our manufactured goods are going to go into Brazil. That is why we believe the time has come for those of you on the industrial estates who have been working for 20 years, 25 and 30, and you now want to make a move. That is why we say you will be paid your long-term gratuity from a caring Labour government. Look at what we've done with our debt, as I mentioned before. Look at what we've done in housing and land distribution. Our people must be housed. Our people must be empowered. They must be able to have titles to their lands. They must be able to use that to empower their children for generations to come. We are a party that want to move people from abject poverty to working class, from working class to middle class, And don't let nobody tell you. Your children deserve after university and come back and be part of the middle class. And if they have the capacity, let them become as well wealthy people here in our country. No stopping for their social and economic advancement here on the labor.
Unstoppable force, when we move as one.
Comrades, in education, we've mentioned the importance of the PEP. I don't have time to go into that. We've mentioned the importance of continuing health care at the highest level. No longer must our people who have chronic diseases, like renal disease, chronic renal failure, no longer must they die. They must be able to get hemodialysis so that they can continue to live and not just live, but enjoy a higher and better quality of life than before if they did not have it. Comrades, finally, we are here where we are today because my colleagues and I refuse to be bullied by the bald-head crazy man who is being chased out of town by Vance Gilbert. We are here today because of a caring, consultative, inclusive leadership and government of the people pursued by the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party. Tonight I declare we are proud of our achievements. Labour is proud to be the party of the people, moving our people upward and forward in a way that it will never, ever be stopped. I say to you that PAM is aware that it cannot defeat the Labour Party. I was speaking to a social scientist and political scientist just last week. He said, all of this statistical data will show that PAM will never form a government again against the Labour Party. That is why those two traitors have been bought out. They know that this unity in the Labour camp can give a government away. And that is why I say night after night, my dear people, I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I believe in you. That's why I am still here, you know. I am still here because I refuse to be bullied or allow any of my colleagues after me to be bullied by Sam Conda and Timothy Harris. That is why I say to you tonight, don't allow your government. You have worked 15 years to bring it away from PAM. You have preserved it for the last 18 years. Don't allow cowards, hypocrites, ungrateful hogs to take your government away from you and give it to PAM. No matter what they call themselves, they are still PAM. They are PAM. They have not changed. They are PAM. And you have a history and memory of PAM. I speak to those who are middle class, those who are sitting on the fence and watching. I ask you to observe very well. Observe what Marcelo and others said to you tonight. This is a question of leadership. This is a question of trust. This is a question of treachery and hypocrisy which must never be rewarded. Labour is proud. It's proud of its achievement. Look behind me on this platform. All men and women who have emerged from the bowels of labor, steeped in the principles of moving our people forward through service, Comrades, watch us and you will see. By the time the elections are called, you will see a team of men and women more ready than before to serve the interests of the people of this great land. I say to you, go out and defend your government. Tonight, I declare, tomorrow, Friday, the 21st day of June, Red Labor Day. Put on something red as of tomorrow. Show them where labor power lies in this country. Put on something red. If you can't see it, let it be hidden underneath. But put on something red to comfort yourself. Comrades, they can't stop us. They can't stop us. They can't stop labor. Not in this country. Labor will continue to move forward. No matter what they say and do, labor is on the move. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! God bless you. Thank you and good night.
I see